Hi there, my awesomenesses around the world. This is Alka from Glad Sharpa, sending you greetings from Oslo, Norway. And today's video is going to be about EGS, the Emotional Guidance Scale, which has been introduced to many by Abraham-Hicks. And I'm going to share one way of using this powerful tool. And I've used it a lot in my life, and it's a very powerful tool. So I wish to share this with those of you out there wanting to know more. Sorry, I'm immensely grateful that you're joining me on this journey and you're giving yourself time. I love that you're giving yourself this time to understand your inner self more and connecting with your innate power. So the EGS is a guidance scale over all the emotions, most of the emotions we humans have. These are 22 different emotions, starting with joy, knowledge, empowerment, love, appreciation at the top. And the bottom emotion is fear, grief, depression, despair. And the lower we move on this guidance scale, the lower our vibrations become, the more negative, not negative unnecessarily, but the heavier these emotions become. And every emotion, is very important to understand that every emotion has its own significance, its own importance. So thinking that these emotions are less important than these emotions in the upper part of the EGS is misunderstood. It's a misunderstanding, because these informations are also giving you a lot of information about your journey, about yourself, about the direction you're moving in. And so giving importance to these is equally as important as giving importance and attention to the upper emotions. To move down this scale, it's like a lift. You can't jump from one emotion and down to an emotion 10 steps below, or jump from a lower emotion to one higher up, 10, 15 steps or higher up. You will be going through all these emotions on your way down and all the emotions on your way up. So it's like a lift. You can't jump these floors. And how you move down the scale is when you start complaining, when you start comparing, that starts the lift moving downwards. That's what leads you downwards on the scale. Whereas gratitude, appreciation is what moves you upwards on the scale. So using gratitude, you move upwards. Using complaining and comparison will move you downwards. What I did was I created this chart in around 2008 when I started my journey. And I used to use it every hour. I'd tick, at that time instead of using these letters morning, afternoon, noon, I'd use the time of the day. For example, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And I'd put the number, these were the dates, and I'd put the number at wherever I was. Like if I was at optimism, emotion number 5, at 9 o'clock, I'd put a 9 there. And I'd monitor my emotions at all times, because understanding your emotion gives you an idea of where your thoughts have been. Your thoughts are producing your emotions. So your emotions are the results of your thoughts. So to know what you've been thinking, you need to know what your emotions are. That's the easiest way of monitoring your thoughts. So I do this hourly, and then I moved on to doing it morning, afternoon, and night. And you can either use letters, plot in the letters at the time you're registering. For example, if you're registering in the morning and you're down at 16, discouragement, you put an M there. And then in the afternoon, you've moved up to pessimism, right? And you put an A there. And then at night, you're up at enthusiasm, right? And you put an N there. And in this way, you will, when you're recording this over time, over a month or 2 months or 3 months, you'll see there's a pattern, right? Or at times there's no pattern, but at least you'll understand your emotions much more. You'll become familiar with your emotions. You'll understand which direction you're moving in when these emotions start appearing. Are you moving downwards? Are you moving upwards? Start asking your questions. I was at 2 at passion. How did I end up at disappointment, right? Record whatever emotion you are at present, and then ask yourself, what led me to disappointment, right? Let's say I have a friend and she behaved in a way that I got disappointed. And I'll ask myself, why did I get disappointed? What happened before I got disappointed? I was frustrated. I was irritated because she created an argument, she created a discussion, she created a fight, which was unnecessary. She hadn't informed me. I'm not a mind reader, right? So I detect the frustration that appeared, right? And I understand, okay, fine, this is why I started getting disappointed. I didn't recognize my irritation. I didn't address my frustration. So why did I get frustrated? Because she started in such a tone that I felt our whole friendship, our whole relationship was just so negative. Okay, and which other emotions appeared before the pessimism? I was quite content with my life, and maybe I was getting a little bored as well. So I didn't have anything to do, and I called her, and we ended up in this fight. And okay, so there was boredom, there was a state of contentment. What can I do to be to have positive expectations, beliefs? I can start listing good qualities in this friend of mine. I can start listing all the good qualities of this relationship, why I wish to be in this relationship, why I love my friend, and you will gradually start moving upwards. And studying your emotions is very important, because that means you're studying yourself, and knowing what triggers you. You know how to use this chart. You get familiar with your triggering emotions, and you can avoid them. Not avoid them, but you can guide them. The right word here is guiding them in a more positive direction, right? Understand, why did I get discouraged? Why did I get disappointed? I got disappointed and frustrated because I didn't know she was feeling like this. She never conveyed that to me, and I'm not a mind reader, right? Why did I become pessimist? Because I was getting a little bored. I was just, content with life. I was not enjoying life as such. I wasn't enthusiastic at that moment. I wasn't in any positive expectations. I was just being content. I was actually being bored. So just moving up the scale, understanding your emotions is going to give you so much knowledge about your emotional body, which is a very important part of yourself. And I hope this helps you. I trust this helps you, rather. And if you need a copy of this chart, just let me know, and I'll just share a comment, share it in the comments, and I'll share it with you. And I really recommend using this daily if you're not familiar with it, and get familiar with your emotional body as well. Awesome that you're joining us for this in this journey here. Please do like the video. If you've not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. and share it ahead, because the more light we spread, the more darkness will fade away. Thank you for being with me here. I love you guys a lot. Catch you soon. Bye for now.